Issued a warning for people in southwest Louisville after 6 women were attacked at gunpoint. Those attacks stretch back to June.
Police believe it might be the same man responsible for each attack. Jim is joining us live in the studio now with more. And Jim, these attacks happen mostly in PRP and around Valley Station.
Yeah, and that's just one of a number of consistencies that police have discovered while investigating this case. In fact, take a look at this map. You can see where all of these incidents, these attacks have occurred, and you can see just how close they all are to each other, all happening around the areas of Moss Creek Drive, Yazoo Street, even 8 Bells Lane. Now, Metro Police say that all of these assaults happened between midnight and 5 a.m. and in each of these cases, a man with a gun assaulted a woman. The police say this has become a string that they have followed all throughout the summer months, and all of these assaults can be tied back to the same man, or so police believe. The suspect in all 6 instances was described by victims as a black man with light skin and a thin build, standing about 5'10", carrying a gun and wearing black clothes and a black mask. Now, last night, our Connor Steffen was able to speak with a woman who heard the most recent assault, which happened along Tallahatchie Street. She did not want to give her name, and she did not want to appear on camera.
It's more scary now. I mean, granted, even my husband walking me outside, but you never know. He could attack both of us, you know? Like, just because he's with me doesn't mean it's going to stop him. So, I mean, I feel more like vulnerable, I guess, and more scared to even walk outside that early in the morning.
Now, for those of you living in or visiting that area, the LMPD recommends traveling in numbers if you can. Also, make sure to park in well-lit areas. Trust your instincts and try to avoid some distractions like your phone while you're outside the house. Now, if you have any information that could help lead police to an arrest, you're asked to go ahead and call the anonymous tip line 574-LMPD, or you can use the department's online portal. Eric?
Thanks. One thing we do know is that Metro Police will give more details about these assaults this afternoon at noon. So we'll bring you that coverage online and on air after it happens.
For the first time ever, a former president of the United States has a mugshot. Former President Trump surrendered to the Fulton County Jail in Georgia Thursday. He was booked and spent just about an hour at the jail before he was released. He's facing 13 felony charges for allegedly trying to overturn the 2020 election results in the state.
Now, Trump is denying the allegations, claiming this and 3 other indictments in separate cases are all politically motivated.
As of right now, 11 of Trump's 18 alleged co-conspirators have surrendered themselves in Georgia. The others have until noon today to do so before the district attorney says arrest warrants will be issued. ABC's Justin Finch has the latest.
This morning, Donald Trump, now the first current or former U.S. president with a mugshot. The Fulton County Sheriff's Office releasing it after Trump's surrender at the county jail on charges that he conspired with others to reverse his 2020 Georgia election defeat. Trump describing his roughly 20-minute arrest and booking as a, quote, terrible experience in a phone interview with conservative outlet Newsmax.
I came in, I was treated very nicely, but it is what it is. I took a mugshot, which I never heard the words mugshot. Didn't teach me that at the Wharton School of Finance.
Trump was fingerprinted and assigned an inmate number. A Trump advisor saying the former president self-reported his appearance details ahead of time to speed the process, recording a height of 6'3", 215 pounds with blonde or strawberry hair and blue eyes. Trump then released on a $200,000 bond with conditions including a pledge not to threaten potential witnesses, even on social media. Before boarding his plane back to New Jersey, Trump insisting he had a right to challenge the 2020 election, defending himself and the 18 indicted co-defendants.
We did nothing wrong.
Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis is requesting an October 23rd trial start date for all 19 co-defendants. The rapid timeline comes after co-defendant Kenneth Chesbrough made a formal demand for a speedy trial, which a judge granted. But Trump's team has indicated they'll ask for a separate trial at a later date.
It looks like we're getting ready to go to trial October 23rd. The only question is whether Donald Trump will be sitting next to him when they're in that trial.
Justin Finch, ABC News, Atlanta.
Prosecutors are also aiming for Trump to enter a plea at an arraignment in early September. As we mentioned before, as of right now, 11 of his 8 alleged co-defendants have turned themselves in. The rest have until noon today to do so.
And now to some more local news. JCPS has closed the bus hotline that many families were using to figure out their students' bus routes. The district increased staffing to help with busing issues. A district spokesperson says the hotline is always temporary each year. Now, schools and the transportation team will work with families who have any problems. This comes as JCPS is holding steady with its final drop-off times. The district says the last bus riders were dropped off at 7:08 last night. The last drop-off Wednesday night, 6:59.
And so despite the improvements, JCP Superintendent Dr. Marty Polio keeps hinting at the possibility of major changes to the district's bus system. He's even evaluating whether the district can continue to serve every family that wants transportation. The district says right now it's looking at other school districts around the country and how they're dealing with this nationwide bus driver shortage. We spoke with leaders at the school district of Philadelphia and in Chicago to get more insight here. Here's what we found out. In Philly, they're paying eligible parents to drive their kids to and from school rather than take the school bus.
Parents can receive up to $300 per month per household if they take their students, their children, to school in the morning and in the evening. Is it the perfect way to do it? Maybe not, but I think for right now, it is working in the city.
To Chicago now, where the public school district told us out of more than 340,000 students, only 17,000 are eligible for school bus transportation. Because the district is short by hundreds of drivers, they've reduced route lengths, which has resulted in fewer students receiving transportation through the schools.
U.S. Congressman Morgan McGarvey has suggested adding federal funding to help attract more bus drivers. In a letter to the Department of Education, McGarvey noted this isn't normally a federal issue. He says the additional resources would help alleviate the driver shortage and provide relief to current drivers. McGarvey, who's also a JCPS parent, says his son was still at school around 6 on the evening of the first day of school because of the transportation disaster.
Today, history will be made as Jacqueline Gwynn Villarroel will be officially sworn in as the Chief of Metro Police. She is the first black woman to permanently lead the department. She spent 7 months as interim chief, and in that time, she navigated the LMPD through the DOJ's consent decree and that mass shooting at Old National Bank. The ceremony starts at 6 p.m. at the Muhammad Ali Center.
19 new LMPD officers will also be sworn in today following months of intensive training. The Metro Academy Class 56 is set to graduate at the auditorium of Valley High School at 11.